We are live. How's it going, everybody? If anybody's in chat, let me know how the audio levels are. I'm gonna turn on some music. Welcome, everybody. This is Hammer Brothers keyboard stream. On this channel, we do a lot of keyboard chores, chat about keyboards, whatever else I got in mind. You guys like my desk mat? Hold on. Give me 1 second, folks. My audio is needs to be updated. All the sound is coming out of the left speaker. Sherman, you there? Let me know if you're lurking. Did you make an account yet? Oh!
Interactive TV, Jack, wave of the future.
Van City Sherm, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome to the chat. All right. You like my green screen? All right, sorry, give me a second, guys. Get a real mic. Sorry, guys, not everybody can afford a Blue Yeti. I'm slumming it with my Amazon Prime special. All right, so give me a second. I'm trying to fix this stuff. Very weird. Every time I connect my Bluetooth headset to my computer, the left-right audio balance gets all screwed up. All right, that should be better. Scooter! Welcome to the chat. Scooter, it's I'm gonna say 7 a.m. in Austria. Do I got that right? 7:03 a.m. in Austria. 1 hour off. Okay. I'm getting better. I'm getting better. It's 8 a.m. All right. That's cool. Welcome. Hey, were you here last stream when I was messing with this thing? Have you seen this setup? No. Okay. All right. So for those who weren't here last stream, I have a new desk mat. Check out my Koi desk mat. I like this one. It looks kind of real, right? So I can like test out desk mats to see if I like them. Anyways, Scooter asked, what are we doing today? So we are going to be, I got some keyboard chores to take care of. Where's that PCB? Where is that? So the plan today is, I don't even know if I can get through all these switches tonight, but let's get through some of them. So as you can see, I got rid of most of these. Harvested. We're harvesting Cherry MX red switches today. And I guess we're harvesting red LEDs too. But that's the plan. So we're gonna take a look at this crazy see-through PCB on the green screen. That looks kind of crazy. So that's that. But first thing I want to do is show off that PC panel. So it's kind of a, let's do a miniature unboxing. Sort of. Get rid of this lower third. So I don't know, can you see this? Oh, here we go. Yeah. So a couple months ago on, I think I was watching Random Frank P, and he was saying, oh, like the top 50 gadgets or top 10 gadgets you can buy for under 50 bucks. And this is actually something I've been looking for a long time. Ooh, focus. So what is the purpose of this thing? Basically to provide hardware knobs to control volume on certain applications. This thing, let me check out the website. Let me show you the website. So there's two variations of the PC panel. We got the PC Panel Pro, which is the one I don't have. I considered getting this one, but it's not something I can mount on my desk. Because I wanted something that I can mount, like put tape here, and then mount on the underside of my desk, and then control the volumes. So this is the one I got. I think I ordered it in December, and it finally got here. So again, this will allow me to control and set that. But what I wanted to show on stream was kind of go through the software and do this live, because I actually haven't set this up yet. Not on this computer. It's set up on my work system, but not this one. So it's a pretty cool device. It's got removable USB-C, 4 little feet, 4 knobs, and each of the knobs can click to provide an additional function. But we're going to go through the software first before we get to keyboard stuff. Scooter, how's everything going? Did you get your... No, you didn't get your keycaps yet, right? Your switches, sorry. Yeah, this is a Windows specific. Yeah. No, it's the Echo, but you're still waiting for them, right? I checked my tracking the other day, or like earlier today, and the tracking said it'll get here. It's still in Hong Kong right now. It's got to be based out of Shenzhen. Because did you get DHL shipping notification? At least that's what was shipped to me. And when I followed the tracking, it said it left Shenzhen and then it went to Hong Kong. So there's probably no way it's going to get here by the weekend. So I won't be streaming that, unfortunately. Let me know if the music is too loud, too quiet. Let me know if my audio is too loud or too quiet. All right, you guys see this? There we go. Here's the software. Okay, let me just adjust some of this. Now this is a This is content. Oh, okay, yours is still in Shenzhen? Alright. So I think mine just left there. Maybe we'll get around the same time. We can see how it is. Alright, so here's the software for the thing. BWP Coax! Welcome to the chat. How was hey guys. Shoutouts to BWP Coax. He recently started streaming. Let me just find his Twitch channel. Friend of the channel. Often likes to stream Battlestar Galactica. I think that's the name of the game. Isn't that right? No, he streams Deep Rock Galactic, right? I couldn't think of the name. Guys, if you want to support our friend of the channel, check out his stream, hit the follow. He just recently started streaming as well. He's a friend of mine in IRL. I stream a TV show from the early 2000s. That's right. Yeah. Anyways. All right. So we're going to program this. Okay. So what I like about this thing is pretty straightforward to use. I've tried to use software solutions to control my audio, and it just like too many hotkeys, too many things, and when I saw this particular product, I was like, oh, okay, that's all right. Van City Shrimp says, Battlestar Galactica was so overrated. I gave about 25% into season 2. My wife loves that show. So Deep Rock Galactic is not Battlestar Galactica. It just sounds like the same game. Alright, so if we want to program volume 1, which is going to be my main audio. Oh, you guys can't see that window either. Alright, this isn't going to work. Let's try something else. Give me a second, guys. BWP Coax, did you stream earlier tonight? I fell asleep. You didn't. Cool. How do I share this whole thing? That's good. Okay, we're gonna try something else. Let's share the monitor. All right, here we go. I think you can see everything now. Kind of. PWB Coax says, if you're having trouble switching between viewable windows, you should buy an Elgato Stream Deck. Yeah. I would love one of those. I can't wait to see what you do with yours, man. All right. So let's move this window out of the way, move this up. Okay, so here's the software, pretty basic. You click the knob you want to program. You got button, you got dial. For dial, we're gonna check this, set this to the default device. And then we hit OK. So now, as I turn this knob, audio should go down. So that's the overall Windows volume. And then let's say I want volume 2 to be Chrome, so I can control my, like this Twitch audio a little bit separately, or the background music separately. Let's set this to a app volume. I'm gonna pick Google Chrome. Click OK, done. Now, this should, you're not gonna be able to tell. Let me pull over the mixer. Okay, so we got overall volume. This should do Chrome by itself. Yeah. A lot of snag it open. Gotta make all those clickbaity thumbnails for my YouTube channel. Then, let's say the button we want to mute. Muted, unmuted, volume, overall volume. Yeah. Scooter, do you use, I'm guessing you don't use Windows? Do you use something else? Yep. Yeah, exactly. That's the use case, Coax. Like, when I'm in a game and I need to adjust some other audio thing, like alt-tabbing out and then, like, you know, mucking around with this thing and then adjusting volumes here or muting things, it's just a pain in the butt. So this is a cool device. I would give this a, for me, it's a must buy, but if you're a Windows person and you need to control different volumes. I'm sure the Elgato Stream Deck can do something similar, but it's kind of nice to have some knobs, right? Some physical tactile, you know for sure, when you're hitting the button. So that's the PC Panel Pro. Shoutouts to PC Panel. If you want to send me more for reviews, let me know. I'll be happy to make some videos on it. Oh, you use Linux now. Okay. Yeah. So that's the PC Panel. There's something else I wanted to. I think it'll take forever to take volume knobs over buttons. Oh, Vincent Shrimp says, I think I will forever take volume knobs over buttons whenever possible. Hell yeah. I do something similar with my macro pad with micro keys. Cool, yeah. Yeah, like Sherm, the whole thing with cars moving away from buttons and dials is really annoying. I don't want a touch screen. Like I don't want to, like I need, especially in the car. By the way, you sound way better when you're closer to the mic. Okay. Like how's like now? Do you mean or like this? Let me know. Still trying to. This mic is in my face though. All right, let me try it. Let's appease Sherman here. Just kidding, Sherman. It's all good. Our buddy Vancity Sherm here just got a Blue Yeti microphone and a fancy Niwar amp, or not amp, boom arm. And here I am slumming it with a UM900. It's no Rode PSA 1. Yeah. All right, guys. We are gonna start desoldering. That's a little loud. UF Kizzy 24. Can't say long, just wanted to say hi, enjoy watching you. Thanks. Appreciate that. UF Kizzy, do I know you? Like, do I know you in real life, or it's just UFK is something that I'm familiar with. But I don't know if that's you. Dude! Manny! Guys, Manny, UF Kizzy 24. This guy, he's a bro. He's an absolute bro. How's it going, Manny? Dude, I had no idea that was you. I thought maybe I saw you. I'm like, UFK. Anyways, me and UF Kizzy 24 here, we've been practicing jiu-jitsu for a couple years. And this guy's a beast on the mats. And unfortunately, due to the pandemic, you know, I haven't been able to practice jiu-jitsu. And I think about it a lot, for sure. All the time, man. I miss it. Ah, thanks, dude. No. This guy, UF Kizzy, he's a killer on the mats. Dude, I hope you're doing well. I really do. It's been way too long. I think last time I saw you was at the basketball courts last year. But hopefully, you know, you can get that vaccine soon. I'm still on that wait list. I'm still waiting for mine. But I hope this year I can start rolling again. But yeah, dude, if you can't stay long, that's all good. If you just want to chill in the back, just lurk. It's really good to see you, though. It's good to see everybody. Got friends of the channel all over the place here. Thanks, guys. I appreciate hanging out. So I'm going to heat up the soldering gun, or desoldering gun. Scooter, you're going to see this thing, like, do way better than the last time we did this. Because last time we used this desoldering gun. Sorry, I got to move this mic. Last time we did the desoldering, we were lifting pads all over the place, but I think we're not going to have that problem this time. Because this PCB is not a piece of garbage. So, yeah, man. Thanks. Have a good night, Coax. Catch you later. We'll see you at the next coffee meetup. Peace out. Okay, the backstory behind this board. Bought it on my local Craigslist for $20. Why did I get it? Because it's got Cherry MX switches in it. And if I see a Cherry MX board out there, I'm gonna take it, especially for that price. These tops, these MX tops, I always say, are the best. They sound good. Sure, they're not going to be like RGB. Yeah, reds are linear. They're like a super light MX black. Oh, sorry, not super light, but they're essentially a MX black with a different spring. And these are not in focus. So if you took a MX black spring and just shoved it in here, you basically have a MX black with a red stem. These things are kind of scratchy though. One of my favorite mods to do is to take springs from, you know, my preferred switch, my preferred spring weight, and put it into one of these. And you get the thockiest, deepest sounding linear switch. It's not going to be too smooth, but it's there's something about the sound with Cherry MX tops that is really deep. And that is why, Scooter, these... Oh, dude, remind me, later on, we're going to do that typing test for you. So you can hear the difference between the... What do you call it? I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank. Duroc T1 switches with MX tops versus the Bobas. We can do a quick typing test of that. Let me get through a couple of these switches first. But, yeah. And I wrote a huge Reddit post about that mod back when the... So for those who don't know, KBD fans came out with the T1 switch ages ago. Like, before Duroc, obviously, because KBD fans had the first T1 switches. And there was a big, like, controversy over the molds or where they got the switches from. There's a lot of drama, and then KBD fans took them off the market. And then now Duroc, just, it's all over the place for the T1s. But there's an interesting backstory to that. You should look it up if you're interested. But now, I didn't realize that Kiwi switches were just T1s. All right. We're going to change the background. I got some different backgrounds I had planned. Oh, Scooter, remind me, like, in Discord later. I'll find you those, like, that history of KBD. Like, the drama behind KBD fans and the T1 switch. It's weird. The drama in this hobby is weird. This is going to sound loud, guys, so sorry. Let's put some music on. I've also been trying to find some cool backgrounds to put here. But I don't know if I want to play this music in here. No, that's not very relaxing. So the Kiwi sound different. Yeah, I think they do because they keep advertising those Kiwi switches as like a different housing. But the moment I read that they're using a different housing, I thought, I'm getting halfway there with the Cherry MX tops. Too many switches now. All right, so Scooter, remember last time you were here? Wow, is this one on? Yeah. So the last time you were here, when we were messing with this, I think I was at, we put this at the lowest temperature of 350. And that lifted pads. But then we were just, in our last stream, cranking up the heat because of the leaded solder here. Its focus is kind of weird. But it's fine. Look how clean that is. No lifted pads. Yeah, there's a couple of LEDs that I got to do that for sure. I have some leaded solder somewhere here for that. I could imagine how good this thing would be on a keyboard that actually was soldered with leaded switches. Be so much faster. The thing that the thing that PC Load Letter kind of gave me tips on last stream was to press down and then kind of swirl the inside of the tip around the pin to kind of melt everything off and then hit it. I think where I was going wrong was that I was just kind of pressing down and not moving it at all, and it wasn't melting everything. But his tip on like kind of, you know what I mean, like moving it around just to kind of melt everything really helped me a lot. What's your technique when you desolder using your gun? Like, clean. Ooh, that pad almost lifted. Right here. But if we lift pads, yeah, man. Van City Sharm, thank you for dropping by. It's nice chatting with you as always. Hopefully your coworkers are like, wow, this guy's got a cool mic. He's amazing. Peace out. I gotta buy one of these though. It's so much faster than doing it by hand. And this is great practice, right? Like to be able to do it on a PCB that I don't really care about. I get that this is not the most relaxing sounds. Scooter says, just be careful not to clog it. I spent a lot of time unclogging it. I don't even know what would happen. How does it get clogged? I fortunately haven't had to deal with unclogging this yet. If it clogs, how do I clean it? Do I shove that needle into it? Does it get clogged in here? Hopefully I don't have to deal with that, but I guess at some point I'm gonna have to. Who doesn't love the sound of a desoldering gun? So I used to watch a lot of this other streamer named 001 Anthony. And sometimes I would watch his streams or watch his VODs and then I'd end up falling asleep. The thing that would always wake me up is if he's doing this. And then I'm like, I gotta shut the stream off. Turn that off. Can't sleep like that. The solder gets hard in the tube and you can't use it anymore until you put it that needle. But that will only work if the heat gets to solder. I'd use my solder. Oh man. The solder gets hard in the tube and you can't use it anymore until you put it. Okay, got it then. But that will only work if the heat. Oh, I see. So you're saying it cools down somewhere here. And then how can you tell when it's clogged? Does it stop making that noise? Or I guess how would I know? You'll hear it and feel it. Okay. And how did you have... You know what? PC Load Letter did mention this. He said to make sure to hold on to it for a couple seconds after, just to kind of let the solder move past the barrel. Do you know in your situation what causes it to clog up? I'd be curious. Because if we know what's causing it up, I'm going to try to avoid it. Oh, I need to turn on the fan. By the way, I don't know if you have a cordless fan, but I think you do, right, Scooter? These are awesome. Just to not have to deal with cords. Charges over USB. Okay. So same tip that he had. Cool, thanks. Alright, I'm not into this music. We're gonna choose something else. Oh, nice. That's kind of why I don't like using this thing. Because I gotta plug it in. When I saw your idea of making this part wireless too, well, I gotta do that someday. Not wireless, cordless. So Scooter, how's school and stuff going? Busy? How are the studies? Scooter says, very busy. The university likes to put important exams and stuff in a very short time frame. Yeah, I hear you, man. I'm guessing it's you're in a very intensive program. Do you guys call it midterms and finals over in Austria? Is it kind of broken down in that way where like kind of midway through the term, whole bunch of exams and then obviously the finals? At least in Canada, we were in, looking at the calendar, I think January, February, March, April. I think around this time I would do final exams. And then January, February, March, April. And I think my finals were like April, May. And then summer school, if you wanted to do summer terms, was June, July, August or so. We have final exams in June. Okay. Wow, what's the term? When does the term start? Our terms used to start January to April-ish, and then September to December. And then summer is just... Oops. Sorry, guys. I got really loud. Sorry, folks. Oh, it starts in March. Interesting. Okay. So, are you in midterms right now then? I'm guessing like you're in the middle of the term. I'm almost at the end, so I have a lot of exams sprinkled around in some midterms. I see. And when you say you're almost at the end, do you mean like the end of university or just the end of this year? Is it similar to in Canada where we have, usually most undergrads are 4 years? What is this? Ooh, dude. Are you excited? That's huge. It's a bit complicated system here. Oh, okay. I did not enjoy school. I definitely didn't enjoy my undergrad that much. It was, yeah. Yeah. Dude, I know what you mean. Just, yeah. Honestly, like, great experience. Just, I did not enjoy studying. Well, who enjoys studying? I don't enjoy writing. I have a liberal arts degree, so I wrote a lot of exams. Didn't really do a practical undergrad. Definitely didn't study anything related to what I'm doing as a career right now. But because of my choice of whatever undergrad degree I did choose, that led me to go back to school, I think 8 or 9 years after university. And going back to school after 10 years of finishing university, that was a little rough too. These LEDs are a pain in the ass to take out. These big switches, or these big points, super easy. It's these tiny little LEDs that are not fun to desolder. Scooter, that's super exciting, man. Okay. All right. So liberal arts is like, I'm sure you have it in Austria. Like, what do you call it when people study things like psychology, anthropology, sociology, geography, English, you know, the non-science degrees. In Canada, we call it arts degrees. I don't know why they call them arts degrees. It's not arts. It's not art, but I think it's liberal arts. So it's those kinds of subjects. I have one of those, and generally they are not very practical in the real world. Most people that study psychology don't become psychologists. I have probably 24, I've met 24, 3 people in my lifetime that have a psychology degree, and maybe one of them studied psychology like as a career, or did psychology as a career. Most people became accountants, or, you know, that type of thing. So that's the reason why I ended up going back to school, because I had a degree that didn't really lead me anywhere. Fortunately, you know, going back to school was a short-term pain for a long-term gain. But I'm with you, man. School's not fun. Yes, I am in IT. Yep. I work supporting cloud-based software for my company. So I'm not a coder. I don't know how to program, but my role is a business analyst for what I do, or business systems analyst. But working in IT is, you know, been awesome. I love it. You know, when I was growing up, I All right, these LEDs I'm just gonna give up on. When I was growing up, super into computers, super into computer games. Like, part of me was like, oh, I want to make games, or I want to be a programmer. I want to do that kind of thing. Well, that dream was dashed the moment I took my first computer science course, because I just can't handle that math. I couldn't handle the logic part. It was my brain is just not wired for that. And you know, when I was younger, like, I always thought that in order to work in IT, you had to be a programmer. You had to know calculus. You had to get into like the nitty-gritty of logic and understand all that. And then as I started working in different companies, I met people who were business analysts or business systems analysts that sat in IT, but they didn't know development. They didn't know programming. They were just like me. People who can, like, there's a technical aptitude, but not that level of technical aptitude. So I was very fortunate to meet some really great people to help guide me along that pathway. Oh, jeez. I just finished theoretical logic in computer science after the second attempt. That sounds like a tough course. Theoretical logic. That sounds abstract. Is it as hard as it sounds? I'm guessing yes, if it was a second attempt. I'm guessing the failure rate was also pretty high. Do you think that's like the toughest course you had to take in your undergrad so far? Man, that reminds me. So when I was in my undergrad, I only failed one course. Ever. I was not a great student in my undergrad, but I did fail one course. It was hard. And then I emailed the professor saying, kind of a pity story, saying, hey, this is my last year at university. I need this to graduate. Is there any way you can just bump up my percentage from, like, I think I got 47% or something like that. And, oh, dude, yeah, don't apologize, PC Low Letter. It's all good. It's all good. We're just chilling out. Yeah, man. And, dude, if it's late, if you need to go to bed or anything, yeah, it's all good. We're just talking about school. How's it going, PC Low Letter? We're actually talking about you earlier with your awesome tips on this desoldering gun. Don't worry, it's not much modding required on this side of things. We don't got those damn bots here. I'm sure Minterly has a lot more traffic that requires modding. Cool, man. Yeah. So anyways, like I was saying, man, like when I saw that 47%, I was like, oh God, am I gonna have to take this course again? So I emailed the professor saying, hey, it's my last year. Is there any way you can consider just giving me the percentages and bumping me to 50? And he did. So I'm sure that was more of an under the table thing, but I appreciated it. She's building she's building that, dude. Is she we're tuning into that. I want to see this. So, did she do the typing test already? Let's go check it out. Oh, she's wrapping up. Damn. All right, I'll have to go watch the VOD. Shoutouts to that charity that Minterly was doing. I forgot what it was called, but that's a good cause. Really good for the community. That's cool. How did it sound? Man. Oh, it's a Canadian too. Shoutouts to Canada. Man, that Canadian was not me. That's for sure. Shoutouts to whoever donated that much money. That's a lot. So after my graduation, at my with my liberal arts degree, I ended up working at a call center. That was my first real job out of university, and it was a call center for eBay, and that was a cool job. It was a cool first job. I wouldn't ever go back to doing a call center job again, but if you want to do customer service, you want to make you appreciate call centers, work in one. So, wonder if there's any better way to get these LEDs out. All right, so we are done that whole row of switches. And I love using this desoldering gun because I could kind of desolder without really paying attention. I can watch something versus using the solder sucker. I kind of have to pay attention. Okay. Doesn't seem like... Scooter, does your desoldering gun... I'm guessing the whole thing looks different than this because you have a whole box this is connected to. Are you able to change your tip then? Because it looks like this whole thing is one big piece. So when I was desoldering some of this off stream, I kind of got some of the, I got enough of the solder out, and I just yanked the entire switch out because I don't really care about the LED and I don't really care about the PCB here. But this is not fun. Oh, when... So Scooter says, I'd love to try the Hako one to compare it with mine, just to see if it's really worth over $300. When PC Low Letter comes back, let's raise that, because he actually has both. He has the Hako. I don't remember what it's called, the FR300, and he has one of these. Like, I think he has one like this or one like yours. He said he prefers the cheaper one. One of the things he was saying was he likes the cheaper ones because the Hako doesn't come with a stand. He said that you have to lay it on its side or something. I don't know. So, based on that, I don't know if it's worth $300. That's for $300. I could buy a lot of stuff. I could buy. Oh, you gotta buy a stand that costs 10% of the cost. That raises it to $330. Performance-wise, PC Low Letter, is it the same? Like, or is the cheaper one even better in terms of the performance of the? Oh, it also only comes with one nozzle. I'm guessing they charge for additional nozzles. Scooter, I'm also doing the mental math. Yeah, that's adding up to a price that I'm not willing to pay for a desoldering gun. So 300 and then $30 for stand and then $20 for tips and then tax. We're looking at like $400. But the soldering stations are good. Yeah. Those soldering stations are solid. Like our other streamer friend, Anthony, he uses a Hako FX888. That's actually the soldering station I wanted to buy, but Canada doesn't have it for cheap. And they last forever, right? Like, those soldering stations are so good. Everyone uses them. It's not easy to change the time. Is it because it's a digital and not a dial? I remember when I was looking for soldering iron, it was either the Weller WES 110 or something, or the Hako. I really like the look of the Hako, like that. That kind of yellow and blue. Have you guys seen those special edition Hako soldering station? Let me see. You have to hold a button to change the temp. Oh. Is this the special one I'm thinking about? So which one did you get, Scooter? Yeah, again, I'm a big fan of knobs. Yeah. That's the one I wanted. I mostly wanted that because Anthony was using that, or the streamer that we follow, the other streamer. How much does something like that run in Austria? I know in the States, this Hako can be get for... I sometimes see these on sale in the US for like under $100. Like, how much is this in Canada now? Is that your main PC low letter? 939? Hmm. 120 euro. Okay, so it's about what I would pay. Really? Man, PC low letter's got experience using a bunch of different equipment. That's a pretty cool interface. Huh. Well, soldering irons are one of those things that I'm probably just going to ever buy one of. It's not like keyboards. I don't need like different soldering switches for different days. Alright, we're gonna finish this row and bring out those T1s. Endgame soldering iron? Yeah. Yo, did you win the raffle for the soldering iron? Or did you get a big L on the soldering iron? This is my linear soldering iron, and this is my tactile soldering iron. It's got different the acoustics. Guys, listen to the sound test of this. Oh, this is terrible. This is very annoying. Pace ADS I've never heard of that. Let's take a look. Is this like the Iron 180 of oh, it's budget. Okay. This looks expensive. Whew, this is expensive. Holy Jesus. For a soldering iron. Man. Really? I'm guessing that's like that's beyond hobbyists like us in this chat here. I'm guessing that's way overkill for keyboard stuff. I'm assuming the cost differences for, I don't know, heat control. Is it worth 5 times as much? Or is it like the keyboard hobby? That as you scale up, you're not really going to get as much benefit. It's mostly thermal capacity. Okay. Yeah, this is stuff I've never even heard of. JBC Killer. Is JBC the key cult of soldering irons? PC Loler says soldering irons like the Hako have the heating unit separate from the tip. Okay, like my Weller Hako. So when the tip drops in temperature, there's a lag before the iron can heat. Oh, I see. Oh, gotcha. I'm just watching him. I guess this is some kind of soldering test. So he's soldering a copper surface plane. Oh, okay. All right. That makes sense. Copper is used for like heat sinks and stuff. So this is a really good test for the soldering iron, I take it. Interesting. What kind of hobby? Obviously not keyboards, but I'm sure there's hobbies out there that require super fancy things like this. Man, hobbies are expensive. PCB repair people. Oh, okay. Interesting. PC Lola, you got a lot of like knowledge with everything in this hobby. It's very helpful. Thank you. Oh! I'm like, what screwdriver? Yes. The one that PC Load Letter recommended on AliExpress. I did buy that. Yes, it is the WoW stick. It's on AliExpress, and I bought the cheaper one, the $20 one. The one that takes batteries. The clear, no, I was gonna say the clear one, but I got that confused with the $20 soldering iron. Yeah. Bought on AliExpress. I guess I'll see it in 2 months or whenever it gets here. Actually, AliExpress has been better with shipping lately. I remember back in 2018 or so, I was waiting for months, like 2 months, 3 months sometimes. You know what I'm looking forward to getting, Scooter? I'm looking forward to buying that, what is it called? You know, that switch puller? I got a reminder on my thing. Yeah, that switch puller. Mech.land. It's available on some other vendors already, but in Canada, this is going on sale tomorrow, today technically, at 5 p.m. The shipping is expensive. Oh, what vendor, Scooter? Is there no European vendor? Is mykeyboard.eu or whichever other vendor is in Europe? Shipping from Canon Keys was bad. How much was shipping, guys? And what? Okay. You're opposite coast. No, you're. Oh. So Canon Keys is what? East Coast then? Because you're in West Coast. PC Low Letter. Man, I always thought shipping in the U.S. is relatively affordable. I'd expect something like this to cost $5 domestic. $20 to California. Okay. Well, whenever this thing, I'm curious because this is a Canadian vendor. If shipping costs $20, I'm not buying this. But if this, oh jeez, the site that I linked to Discord was 20. Damn. Okay. Wow, that's more expensive than I thought. I'm so used to paying crazy shipping because I'm in Canada, but that seems crazy shipping domestically in the States. That's expensive. Yeah, I would not buy that. So if this thing costs $13, assuming it's in Canada, I think the limit I'll pay for shipping is $10 Canadian. But if this thing costs anything more than $10 for shipping, I probably won't buy it. Yeah. It's interesting design though. I'm curious how well it performs. Definitely more affordable than that. What were we looking at? We were looking at the Gateron one for $30 a couple weeks ago. And then we found out that that one wasn't too good. And then there was that $80 one, right? So, yeah, we'll see. I'll let the Discord know. All right, we're gonna pull out some of these switches and then get the get that typing test out for Scooter here. So I'm kind of done with desoldering tonight. Let's see how many we can pull out. Turn this off. Actually, I'll leave it on. If it gets to the EU, I'd get it for sure. Yeah, I hope so. There's definitely a market because we have the $3 IC pullers that everybody uses. We have the the switch pullers are we got these bad boys, which they're fine, but they bend. This one's already bending. Can bend it back. I like these ones. These ones are okay. They're low profile. They also bend. And then there's nothing else. Until this came around. And that $80 one came around. I want one that's like, I want one that's this price but readily available and easy and cheap shipping. But I'll see. Oh. We need it right now. Oh. I'm thinking that in order for me to get these LEDs out, I'm gonna have to, like you said, Scooter, I'll do it off stream, but I'm gonna add some solder. The switches are nice and loose, but these LEDs are not coming out. We're going to deal with that off stream. I don't really feel like dealing with these finicky LEDs. But not bad for the switch pins. Clean. This was all today. I'll add some solder into these LEDs. And then try again. Just not able to get this. It's not too bad I don't have a thinner tip. All right. Let's move this out of the way. So we're gonna do a typing test comparing the... What are we going to compare? We're going to compare the Duroc T1s to the Bobas. We'll do that. And then we're going to call it a night. Should I ruin the magic? Awesome. Look at this. This is cool. You can't see this, but this is the edge of the keyboard. Wild. All right, Scooter. Typing test time. We are going to compare a couple tactile switches. Move my mic. Okay. Top board is the EO87 with this is a Duroc T1 68 gram with a Cherry MX top. Compare that to the Boba U4T. See which one. music. All right, so that's the Duroc T1s. Let's compare that to bulbous. And then I'll give you my thoughts on each one. I do have some thoughts on this, by the way. Like I get its preference, so my thoughts might not mean anything, but okay, how do I restart this? So this is, sorry, this was I think it's an aluminum plate in this board. This one has polycarbonate plate with the bulbous. 68 grams. Let's compare them back to back. Duroc T1s. Bulba U4T. T1s. U4T. Yeah. So my thoughts on these two switches. Okay. Just let me formulate my thoughts here. The Duroc T1s definitely have a longer bump, it just feels longer because, how would I describe this? Yeah, I know how I can describe it. Because they feel so different. These two switches feel... Can I draw on this? Okay, can I? There we go. Okay, I can draw on this. So the Duroc T1s have a bump that kind of feels like this. And the bobas, they feel kind of like, well, you know what they feel like. They feel, it's like that. And maybe this line doesn't really represent it, but it's more like this. So, okay, that's a good question. They're different. One sec. Let me get the Zelios. So, let me just grab a couple keycaps. So there's no case, so this is obviously not going to be a good comparison, but Zelio V2s, 78 grams. Again, the acoustics are not representative of what the switch is going to sound like in a case, but I'm just trying to get the feel. So Zelio V2s, in my mind, these two are kind of similar. And then the Bobas and the Holy Pandas, these two are very similar. My opinion is if you have Bobas, hard to justify getting Holy Pandas. Because Bobas, in my mind, are a better version of a Holy Panda. Again, preference. Let me just read this chat here. So I just built that cheap 75% with old T1s that I bought over a year ago. Yeah. I don't care about the sound switches. Really? PC loader. To you, Holy Pandas feel more rounded than Zelios. For me, the Holy Pandas are another box, but for me, the Holy Pandas feel just like very similar to these Bobas. And for me, the Zelios feel like a long bump, but a harsher bump compared to the T1. So that's interesting that you see that the Holy Pandas feel more rounded than the Zelios. I can. Man, describing switches is so hard to do. I wish I could like transfer this over the internet to you guys. It's you guys know what I mean. Like it's so hard for me to. Okay. Yeah. Let me see. Let me compare these. No, I still say that the Zelios are a longer round bump. So, not only is this a preference thing, this is a me trying to translate feel into into this awesome diagram here. Okay. So Scooter, going back to kind of like my thoughts on this thing. These are 78 gram. Oh, you know what? That's a good question because the weights might have something to do with, my opinion and my impression of them. So you're using 68s. Yeah, I'm using 78s, the heaviest ones. So my thoughts, my honest thoughts. My thoughts are that the Boba U4Ts, the Duroc T1s feel like a watered down version of Zelio V2s. there are times that I kind of don't like using Duroc T1s. And there are definitely times when I'm like, should I just sell these switches? Because I just don't. And again, like, because this is so preference based, whatever I'm saying doesn't really mean much to anybody else. Just know that I'm like, I love tactile switches. I've tried so many of them. And when I found Zelio V2s, this became my favorite switch. Yeah. So you have Zelio V2s and Holy Pandas both in 68, and they feel, yes, they are. Wait, but didn't you say earlier? Wait, let me just read this chat. Oh, okay. They feel different, but you think that you said that the Holy Pandas feel more rounded. So for me, the Zelios feel way more rounded than the Holy Pandas here. So what I was saying is, I feel like T1s, they were definitely going for a Zelio kind of feel. Like you can tell the marketing was all like, yeah, this is Zelio killer. Now, the question is, are the Zelio V2s worth it? Because they're literally, I think, twice the price of a T1 switch. I probably wouldn't say that these are twice the value. I would say that Zelios are probably worth 10% more than these. I just wish these were cheaper. At the end of the day, in my mind, because these two are so similar, if I had a choice, I would 100%, 10 out of 10 times pick this. I actually look forward to going back to using Zelio V2s. Sometimes when I go back to using the EO87 with Durocs, I sometimes feel like I might need to take these switches out and put something else in. With that said, sometimes it's nice to type on these Durocs because having a kind of a longer bump, it's just a nice change. Because some people find the Zelio V2s too jarring, too much tactility. I don't find that. And then we go to the Bobas. These to me just feel like Holy Pandas, sort of, but better. And for me, I think Bobas, because they're cheaper than Holy Pandas, I would choose Bobas without a doubt over Holy Pandas. But I definitely would have a hard time picking between. Like I would never do a choice and say, okay, I would only pick Zelio V2s over Bobas. I can't do that because I think that they are so unique that like the both of them, that the Zelio V2 is so unique compared to the Bobas that I would want a board with both of them for sure. Or alternatively, a T1 board with and Bobas to complement each other. It's kind of like this is a stupid analogy. Kind of like a wine pairing, you know. Yeah. So okay, let me read the chat here. So PC Low Letter says the Holy Pandas are more rounded than Zelios are the same weight to me. Scooter says, I really like how sharp the Bobas feel. Yes, it's a sharpness. And to me, the sharpness of a Boba is very similar to the sharpness of a Holy Panda, which is also very similar to the sharpness of a Glorious Panda. Okay, you've mentioned Zycos a couple times, and then every time I ask you about them, what they are, and then you explain it to me, and then I forget about it the next day. I gotta need to look this up. Psycho Switch. The better tactile than Holy Pandas. What is this again? Okay, here. Zeal top. What? Yeah, this Psychos is crazy. What is the parts on this thing? This is me. This is me every time someone brings up Zyko switches. Okay. Zelio V2 bottom. Halo stem. Panda top. Okay, so I'm guessing the Zelio V2 bottom is for the leaf / smoothness. The Halo stem is for the tactility of the stem. And the top, I guess, just for sound. And the 78-gram spring for preference. Yeah, you gotta make these. There's nobody selling Zycoses, because it's like 3 different brands of switches, right? Zelio is Gateron. Halo is, I don't know who makes Halo. Drop. Panda is Inver. Yeah, the combo gets rid of the pre-travel in the bump. Has more tech. So PC Lola, do you have these? Like, do you have a whole? You don't have a whole set of these, do you? Or do you? How do people come up with this stuff? I guess, you know what? I know how they come up with this stuff. They got a lot of time, and they're, I don't know. They're like us. We love this stuff. I love this stuff, but there's a limit to how much I'm gonna mess with these things. Oh geez, new version of Zycos. Oh my god. You are? Oh, you'll be making... Oh, okay. On a per switch basis. Okay, can you use the parts that are left over? Obviously, you can use parts that are left over to make another Franken switch. But is the leftover Franken switch any good at all? Or are you really just going to harvest all of these parts and just set aside the... Okay. Cherry tops, nice. Yeah, cherry tops are the best. Okay. You probably have a boatload of them. Just like I will eventually. The Zeal top doesn't fit on a Panda bottom. Oh, so you can't even use the spare parts. It's wild. I'll have to look into this more. Don't tempt me, PC Load Letter. I love tactility, but I don't like the idea of spending that much on switches. Oh my god. $2 a switch. Dude, did you... Okay, anyways, before I take these away, I just want to make sure I got all my thoughts down, because this is... Okay, Zelios, T1s, Bobas, Holy Pandas. So, anyways, Scooter, if you have not tried T1s, and if you have not tried Zelio V2s, and definitely T1s are cheaper where you're from, because I remember you telling me that the Zelio V2s are super expensive, which they are. And if you have Cherry Mix Black tops sitting around, just buy T1s. Just spend... How much are T1s right now? I think they're $60 US. I want to see. Okay, so that's the Duroc T1. And the Kiwi switch. Okay, so I don't even know if this is the right seller. I do like the way the Kiwi switches look. Alright, we're just gonna go with this listing. Because I remember it being 80 bucks. So 80 bucks. Do I have to click this? 90. So 90 times 55. How much is that? So it's for 90 of these T1s, it would be 49.50 plus, let's just say 10 bucks. So that's 60 bucks. So 60 versus 80, 20 USD. However, like with all that said, if I didn't have a whole boatload of cherry tops, if I didn't have T1 switches already, and if I didn't have cherry tops, I would consider these. But they're still expensive. Like this is $80 is getting into Zelio territory. Getting there. How much are these? Okay. So PC Low Letter says, I'll pick up some Bobas from Gazoo as soon as we start having meetups again. He lives in the same. Nice. Hey, PC Low Letter, is Gazoo HB Heroin Bob? Is it the same person? Or is that it's the same person, right? Or is HB Heroin Bob a different person? Man, it's so convenient living in California for keyboard stuff, it seems. Yep, you'll never know unless you try them both. Yep. Yeah. So that's kind of my thoughts on this whole tactile. And you know what? When those ACO CS switches get here, I want to know where like those fit into play. Are they going to be more like that, or is it going to be more like this? I almost hope that they are more like this down here, because if we get into like the top part territory, I don't know. I always compare everything to Zelios, and I just say, oh, might as well just be using Zelios at this point. Oh, okay, that's who he is. Got it. HB Heroin Bob on Reddit, Gazoo everywhere else. Yeah. Cool. So that's the tactility conversation. Hope that was entertainment. I can talk about tactility forever. What else have I tried? Or what else is out there? There's Kiwi, but Kiwis are basically T1s. And you know what? And it seems as though 2019, 2020, just everyone got on the linear train and nobody really paid attention to tactiles. Nobody really made improvements to tactiles. Now people are making like recolors of every linear switch. It's just too much. So I'm almost glad that the tactile side of switches hasn't gotten to that point. But with things like the Kiwi switch coming out, you know, some people did call it a recolored T1. Like, I recognize that it's different housings and such, but still using the T1 stem. And PC Lola says, I think my view on tactility is tainted by my use of box cookies. Is it because you love the box cookie so much? I do too. Box white gang. Best clicky switch. Anybody who says otherwise. Anybody who says jades are better than whites. Oh, I don't know. PC low letter. That, and you know what? That's where the preference thing comes along. I personally do not like those jades that much. I'll use them, but jades greater. Nope. To me, white's greater than jades. But that's why this hobby rocks. There's a switch out there for every preference, every single preference. You want a scratchy linear? I got one for you. Here's a scratchy linear. But it sounds good. Linears feel the same, just sound different. With tactiles, you have so much more options. Yeah, I think that linears are just... Tactiles have character. Not to say that linears don't. But the differences between... Oh, the focus. The differences between... linears are just not, they're just so minute. It's like it's a little bit smoother, a little bit thockier. PC Low Letter says, I mean, no, tactile is even as tactile as a box white to me. Yeah, I know what you mean. Box whites, they click, so there's a level. You know what? If I were to put a box white in here, and if I were to describe the tactility of a box white, because it does have a level of tactility, I would say it looks like this. That's the tactility of a box white. And then a box jade is like, how do I do it? It's like, there's definitely a bigger bump, and then it's a very slow return. I just don't really like box jades. And I definitely, if you guys have not tried box navies, those super heavy ones, those are a different animal. And clickies have not gone through... Drop sharp. Does it drop sharply? Okay, so these are more like that, right? Then. Oh. And okay, Topra, because I know Scooter has not tried Topra yet. Topra is like it's like a rounded bump, and then just kabam, bottom out. PC Lola says quality of tactile isn't about yes, because for a while Anthony was always saying that you could have too much tactility. I didn't believe him. I didn't believe him until I tried the box navy. That box navy was like, I don't even know how to I don't have them anymore, but sorry, not box navy. What is it called? The one that Novel Keys came out with that was purple. It was supposed to be the Zelio killer. Box Royals. Box Royals were supposed to be the Zelio killer because they were purple. And those felt kind of garbage to me. That tactility was like... yeah, like again, this hobby is preference based, but the Box Royal just had like poor tactility characteristics. Just not good quality tactility. Thanks, Scooter. I appreciate that. I do. I that's the only way I could kind of think about how to describe these in terms of a comparison. Until we get some kind of technology that says I can make you mimic the feel on your side of the internet. That would be cool. Man, imagine that, guys. Imagine one day we have the ability to somehow, maybe through a magical switch, and it could change. So you can test out a switch before you buy it, basically. Because right now, man, how much money have we all spent on switches? And then they get here and we're like, nah, this is just okay. Imagine, yeah. Oh my god. Dude, Topra kind of has something like that. Have you heard of APC? Wait, that doesn't change the tactility. But it's kind of in that same vein. Okay, this is not related to tactility. This is related to actuation point. But same kind of thing that you just said. Through software. I think it's through software, is this? Or maybe through hardware. So you can change the actuation point. I don't know if it actually changes the throw. But I remember this being a thing. And I don't hear very many people talking about this. I'm guessing because it's not really good. So, yeah, that'd be cool. Anyways, where did my drawing go? So yeah. Any other questions about tactility? If not, I think I'm going to call it. I had really fun talking about this. This was fun. So Scooter, I hope that helps make you, or helps with making a decision on kind of how you're going to be spending the money. You know, when those Acco switches get here, we're definitely doing that on stream. I'm definitely comparing the Acco, because so much hype with those Acco, mostly because they're cheap. $20 for $20 for 90 switches. Compare that to $80 for 90 switches. That's a big difference. That's a really big difference. Yeah, no worries, man. Anytime. If anybody is in chat and they ever want to see one of these things or talk about one of these things or compare one of these things, always feel free to let me know. Box crystals are $18 for 90 on clearance from Novel Keys. What is a box crystal? Man, Novel Keys to Canada is the worst. Not because Novel Keys is a bad vendor, it's just whatever he chooses for shipping to Canada, it's just so expensive and it always just wrecks. Like every time I buy from Novel Keys from Canada, I get dinged. But if I buy from anybody else, usually I don't get dinged. All right, what do we got? Box crystals. Clearance sale. These will not be restocked. What is this again? Here's the Royal I just talked about. You still buy these? Oh, is that it? Is that all that this is? It's just a box switch with the clear housing? Okay, okay, okay. Wow. Look at this, guys. $18 for 90. You know why? Because I don't think they're very good. I don't think these are good switches. I would say that these are worth about this price. And I don't think this is a good switch. Pinks are close to whites. Okay. That's a good price then, if these are close to whites. Here's the jades. Any idea why they're so cheap? Alright, and this navy switch is not... If you like clicky switches, these are heavy clicky switches. Fatiguing clicky switches. These are good prices though. Definitely better than that. Oh jeez, you bought PC Low Letter bought 90 each of jades, navies. Like, I get why you would buy jades because you like them. Have you tried navy? You've probably tried navies. Do you like them? And pinks, they're like box whites. Why did you buy navies? They also have polias for half price. Man, I've never even heard of that switch. Yeah, don't buy these switches for this price. Oof, I made that mistake before. Thanks. I was gonna ask, like, where is this polia switch? So this is the same stem as a halo switch. Okay, so is this also what you bought to create the Zycos? Sorry guys, my dog's barking. People are buying them for halos, okay. I can't keep up with this hobby. Seriously. Dude, Scooter. I think PC Low Letter would back me up on this next statement. And I think I've said this before. If okay, my dog just came in here. If Cherry MX Blues are your only experience with clicky switches, you gotta at least try. Just give it a chance. Box whites or box jades or box something. They may change your opinion on clickies. 'Cause MX Blues are not good. One sec. This is a Cherry MX Blue with the RGB top. So, here's the sound of it. The Cherry MX Blue just sounds rough. Like, it's just rough. Not a clean sound, but these box whites, there's definitely... It's like, how would I describe this? Crisp and clean. Crisp and clean. How would I describe this? Just crunchy. Crisp and clean. Crunchy. But yeah, if you don't like the clicky feeling, probably not for you. Yes, that is a great description. Crisp like a mouse click. That is a perfect description of how I would describe this. If you want to feel like you're typing on your mouse, that's close. That's a good description, PC Low Letter. I'm gonna add that. With box whites. That's a mouse. Yeah, and like PC Lola was saying, they're cheap. I think they're like 24 cents a switch on AliExpress. And the fact that you don't have to lube them is, to me, huge. Just how many switches can you just buy nowadays where you're 100% comfortable? Well, I am 100%. There's very few switches out there that I would just say, like, don't bother lubing, because you don't need to. But box whites are definitely one of those switches that I don't think you need to bother lubing. Yeah, mouse clicks are a good way to describe them. Oh, this sounds bad. Maybe you'll like them, Scooter. And here's the thing. I remember when I first got box whites, I got them because 001 Anthony was like, he really liked them. And I remember buying them and putting on a board. I'm like, oh yeah, these are nice. But after I gave it some time, like months, or not months, sorry, I don't type on a keyboard for months, like weeks, these really grew on me. And then, okay, you know how when you find a tactile switch you like, and you hear about all these other tactile switches, like let's say you got a Cherry MX Brown, and then you upgrade to a Boba, and then Zelio and stuff. When I got these, I was like, okay, these are nice. How much more clicky can I get? So let me try all those other clicky switches, like the box Jades, the box Navies, the box Pale Blues, the box... What else was there? Jades, Navies, Pale Blues, Whites. That Chinese one? Was that the yellow one? I don't remember what they called it. Box Yellows? It's yellow, but it's basically a box white. Anyways, I went down that rabbit hole. Noble Yellow. Okay, thank you. There was a Chinese, like, association with that, which I always thought was kind of weird. With the Noble Yellow and the other thing. But yeah. Again, Scooter, we're not here to make you spend money. We're not here to make you buy more stuff, but I think it's worth opening or trying it out for sure. Because clickies don't get enough love in the hobby, I don't think. You don't see very many boards out there. Like, when was the last time you saw someone build a very nice custom and they put in box whites? I don't remember the last time. Yeah. There's always something to try and spend. But I can't recommend these enough. I really think they're good. They're fun. And the great thing about just like why I like this hobby in general is just there's just so much variety. You know, one day you feel like typing on. One day you feel like typing on a bump like this, and then sometimes I'm not in that kind of mood and I want to type on a bump like this, and then sometimes I'm in the mood to type in a bump like this, or sometimes I want to type on my mouse. Let's see if Akko fills another kind of day. Geekster, how's it going? Welcome. We're just about to close up chat here, but we're having a good conversation about tactility and clickiness. I can almost guarantee we're almost never going to talk about linears on this channel, because it's not that I kind of don't like them, but I just don't have that many, and I don't have that much experience in them. Geekster says, but all the time I want to type on a bump like Topra. Have you had much exposure, to, Geekster, to that? I forgot if you had a Topra board. I don't remember if you do. But yeah, there's Scooter. If you ever get like, this is definitely an expensive part of the hobby. This side definitely expensive, way more affordable. I love the price of these, and then these are really good prices. Man, there should be a chart about like value of what you get. Like a 9 box. Only experience with clickies is Anthony's EPBT 7. That's a nice board. Yeah. That's a very rare board. Until he had that on stream, I never even knew that EPBT made a board. And yeah, I wish I was back in I wish I knew about the hobby, because I'd much rather an EPBT 75 than a KBD 75. He always says that board is so nice, and he used it for so long. Yeah, Scooter, no problem. No problem. You're welcome. Yeah, that board was heavy, wasn't it? So what are you up to tonight, Geekster? Just chilling out? We had a good stream here. Playing TFT. Okay, okay, Geekster. Or other people who are in chat. Wait, did I hit 50 follows? Oh, right, because Sherman hit the follow. That's awesome. Hey, guys, we made it. I think I can apply to be an affiliate now. Thanks. I could not have done it without, everybody in chat here. And everybody who did follow, and everybody who kind of hangs out talking about keycaps and switches and keyboards. That's super exciting. Thank you. No, I owe it to you guys. I say it every time, but I appreciate you guys all kind of hanging out, talking keyboards with me. For me, with the pandemic and stuff, not having meetups, that's kind of why I started streaming, because I miss talking to people about keyboards. I miss this, so it really means a lot. All right, it's time to close up shop. It's 1:20 a.m. here, and it's late for everybody, I think. So let me play some outro music. I'm excited. I can apply to become an affiliate. That's cool. Actually, I gotta find someone to raid before I play the outro music. It's always my downfall, getting out of here. Is anybody streaming keyboard stuff right now? Epsilon, who is this? Epsilon. Any small streamers? Nope, that person's not there. All right. Cool, there's another one. Let me play the outro. Guys, again, thank you so much for hanging out. It's really cool. It's cool that you guys just like hang out and chat. So I appreciate it. I appreciate all the follows, the lurkers, the chatters, everyone. I really appreciate it. PC Low Letter, have a good night. Scooter, have a good night. Geekster, have a good night. Guys, drop by the Discord. Who else was in chat today? Van City Sherm, I know you're gone. BWP Coax, thanks for joining. Manny, UFC or UFK buddy. We're gonna roll soon, man. But guys, it's been real fun, seriously. I don't know if I'm gonna stream this weekend. I'm gonna try, but I don't know what's going on. Depends how the fight goes and if I want to. I don't know if I want to desolder switches again. We are going to raid Epsilon keyboards. If I can figure out where to get the raid button. Have a good night, guys. Please stay safe out there. Let's get through this. Peace out. Good night.
Ooh, who's this? Hammerbroth. Hammerbrother. Who's this? Hammerbroth. Hammerbrother. Thank you for the raid. 6 people. Hello, Raiders.